you're live.
Okay. I'll call this meeting to order, and the first order of business is the approval of the absentee ballot applications.
Charlene's gonna present.
Right. Today, y'all have 14. Ooh, I know. So your stats for this meeting are you have 14 to approve. We had one spoiled. The witness did not sign. So witness number 1 did not sign. I did contact the voter and they were able to vote at the last day of one stop. So they were able to vote just because of the crunch time of mailing a ballot out. Your overall stats since September 8th. Civilian mailed were 34 for October, 26 for the November election. Return for October is 16. Military overseas, 16 were mailed out for October, 22 for November, and 0 have been returned military overseas for either, and none returned for the November election as of yet, and no cures have gone out either. So, these are the ones where the ID is good, as well as the signatures for the notaries and witnesses, as well as the voters. However, we do have 2 which were our yellow sheets, which are our ID exemption forms. And how this goes is the board is supposed to look over the yellow form, make sure that the voter has done everything that they needed to do, which in this case is to print their name at the top, choose one of the reasons for a reasonable impediment or some other reason for not having ID, and then signing at the bottom. If you all concur that it's a good attestation of them not having a valid photo ID, then we approve and accept it. Okay? So I'll give this to you first.
You had 2 like that.
Yes, and I'll get to the second one as soon as you guys are done.
So there's nothing to base his signature or her signature on.
No,
And you don't know their age, like if they're 35 or 65, 85.
we do, because when they give us their information on their absentee ballot request, one of the identifiers is a date of birth, and you have to give me either the last 4 digits of your social security number and or your North Carolina ID number.
But they didn't have a driver's license?
And you can choose
I
a
mean,
multitude
they
of
do, right,
reasons.
yeah.
So I have to have one of these 2 numbers. If they didn't give me either a last 4 social or North Carolina driver's or identification number, then that would be a reason to send for first a cure letter for them to amend the problem. And if they don't have it, then we would do a denial on that. So if you're good with this, we'll go ahead and approve this ballot to go through.
Yeah.
The second one that we got, unfortunately, it's a yellow sheet, but they placed it inside the ballot. So I wasn't able to open it because I wanted to make sure you guys could see, but you can tell there's a yellow sheet in here. So I wanted to wait until we had the meeting to open it
Okay.
before we go with that. So.
Okay.
Let's see back here.
There's some scissors.
Scissors.
We won't look at the ballot or anything. It's just gonna be the,
Back to the station form.
yes.
Fine print bottom.
That's better. Okay, that's there. So, okay, so for this one, she was very kind enough to give us the reason for it and then an reason beyond the reason. So.
Okay. And she gives the driver's license.
Yes, ma'am.
And the social security. That would be me. I wouldn't have to do it. Let me fill it
Let me tell my story, Joe.
Yeah. Dot your I's and crossing your T's. Would it be nice if everybody did that?
Yes.
So because this does have a ballot in it, if you guys go ahead and approve this ballot as well,
Mhm.
what I'll do is I'll just tape across the top the full length of it, and then I'll initial on it like a seal,
Mhm.
and then that way you guys know it hasn't been tampered with
Okay.
prior to this. So. Okay. That's all
Alright.
I have.
So this,
Yeah, that's my, I want
all
to
right,
stick
so
with it.
there's for today's approvals.
Okay, I don't have a pen, man.
Oh, that's a pencil.
Okay.
I need tomorrow, let's get pen, pencil. I'll put a note.
And then we have enough. Did you have a pen? There you go. Thank you, sir.
We have lots.
Oh, yeah.
I know, I like them.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
And then the one-stop applications.
staple.
No, they were separate out by date. So
So that's one right there, that's one step.
Yes,
right there.
that's just.
that was the last day, and that was the
You can
biggest.
read it.
So it had 77 total. And we teach them to bind it by 25. That way they know,
Right.
keep their count together. So there you go. Try to make it easy.
You had
Oh, I
to, yeah.
I forgot to sign it. Pass that one back and let me set it real fast. I'm just looking at it.
So tomorrow, how many absentee ballots will we have to count at 2:00? What's your total? 16. So,
Then we come back at 5,
no, 7:30.
7:30.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Do I date this?
You can. Mhm.
This is my ninth, right?
Today is the 9th, correct.
And so then we'll just wait on the precincts to report from Burlington. Probably an hour.
We hope. Yeah. And then y'all have to sign the stuff at the end. So hopefully it won't be too late. Because it's 17 precincts we have open.
Now, looking at your fingers, they're kind of swollen up.
Yeah, you got a little bit of swelling. That's why
At
they
least it's
couldn't.
the left hand.
Yeah.
That's what everybody kept saying when I broke mine. At least it's the left hand.
That's why they couldn't tell if the hand, the wrist didn't broke, but they think the hand, some of the
Some of you,
bone,
um,
one of the bones.
I told her she needed a good hand surgeon. I have one because I've had surgery on the same hand twice.
I feel good. I'm not taking any pain meds or anything like that, so it's just
You're also
Turn
bound
it-
up there pretty
Yeah,
tight. Wait till
but
you try to live
when
something.
I tried to
Oh,
move.
there's you guys.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's no other business, we can be adjourned. I just
no other
need-
for me.
Okay, so, all right,
I'll
second.
say-
I took that as a first.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so 2:00 tomorrow. We'll
2
count
o'clock and 7:30.